it pushes like 29 psi.
How's it going, guys? It's K Cars, and today we are back with another racing video. So today we're going to be taking a trip to Mexico with the Challenger and this Audi S3. Now let me tell you guys, this S3 actually isn't slow at all. It's actually tuned and has a few other modifications that we're going to talk about. And I'll be honest, this is actually the closest race that I've ever had in my life. You guys definitely don't want to miss this race. So yeah, we're going to talk about each of these cars, go over all the modifications and specs of the cars, and then we're going to go take a trip to Mexico and show you guys how the race went. So starting off, this is a 2015 S3, right?
Yep.
You got it stock, or all the numbers like horsepower, weight, and all that.
Stock, they dyno at around 270 wheel, and they weigh around 3,400 pounds. I have stage 2 E30 tune on it. It puts it at low 400s to the wheels. Catless downpipe, and then the has the stock ScatPack with a resonator delete. Just putting cold air intake.
You can see that right there.
Doesn't do much other than make noise.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely sounds really good. And so we're gonna get a startup of the S3 right now. Nice. Yeah, so I mean, just idling, you can barely even hear it, but whenever you actually rev it, it definitely sounds like you can definitely hear it.
Yeah, from the factory it actually has a valved exhaust, so whenever it's in park, the valve is closed, and then whenever you put it in sport mode, the valve opens up. It doesn't make it that much louder, but it's definitely a small difference that you can notice. All
right, so right now the valves are actually closed, and Robert's gonna open them up. Yeah, that's a big difference. That's definitely a big difference. You can actually hear it now on idle. That sounds insane. How much horsepower did the tune add?
130 to 150, I'd say.
Okay, I mean 400 wheel for something like this, that's pretty crazy.
I haven't done any weight reduction or anything, so it still weighs the same.
Yeah, so as you guys know, the Challenger is a boat. It weighs 4,200 pounds, so you got like an 800 pound weight advantage right there. What tires do you have on this thing? Obviously it's all-wheel drive, you guys probably know that, but the tires on here,
yeah, so
225.
the tires are just some random all seasons that were on it whenever I got it. I don't really have any issues with grip unless it's wet out. I'm launching it. I haven't had any need to upgrade the tires yet.
These the same as the front right here?
Yeah, same size.
Is there anything else done to this car so far?
Yeah, just some cosmetic stuff. It's lowered on H&R Super Sport springs, just an eBay front lip, and duckbill rear spoiler.
Yeah, I definitely like the way this color looks on here. This one is actually like matte black, not carbon. So what made you want to do that instead of getting a carbon splitter?
Well, I didn't know initially how low the lip would make it, so they made an unpainted one, and then they have a gloss black painted one, and then they have a carbon one. So I just got the cheapest one. I figured I was gonna end up smashing it anyways.
Yeah, especially on the roads around here. It's hard to find a car in this price range that can actually beat it.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think as far as stuff around here, it's the best for 4-cylinder turbo. It's the best for like just adding a tune. You can make the most power. Grip issues, obviously.
You haven't really lost a race from a dig, have you?
No, I usually don't even race people from a dig because people like to make excuses and say that that's the only reason they lost. So
yeah, I mean, if we tried to race from a dig, obviously we'd have to, I'd need like a 5-second head start maybe if I wanted a chance. All right, so 400 horsepower, 3,400 pounds, tune, catless downpipe, and resonator delete, as well as some cosmetic mods. I think it looks really good. Like I said, I do love the carbon fiber duckbill spoiler right there, and as well as a splitter on the front here. And also, like you said, the lowering springs make it look a little bit more aggressive. So what are your future plans for this car?
I would like to put some wheels. Trying to decide with either going with the hybrid turbo or bagging the car. Kind of two different directions. I haven't really decided yet.
Yeah, because
it's around the same price for both of those, so.
I know a hybrid turbo can be pretty insane.
Hybrid turbos, they can make mid 500s on the stock engine and transmission.
That's insane for a car like this.
Yeah.
For a hybrid turbo. So are there like any issues with this car so far?
So far I haven't had any issues. It has around 52,000 miles right now. They're notorious for water pump issues. The wheel on the water pump is plastic from the factory. They usually go out around 50,000 miles. I don't know if mine's already been replaced or not before I got the car or what. So that's just something I've been watching out for. Hopefully it doesn't go out.
Yeah, and I know another thing that you mentioned to me before is that like overheating issues. I know you can only probably do like 3 or 4 runs before you need to cool down.
Yeah, so it's still in the stock intercooler, so running it pushes like 29 psi of boost, so it gets heat soaked pretty quickly.
Do you have plans to upgrade the intercooler?
Yeah, I'll probably do an intercooler soon, and they have like small mods like turbo inlets and all kinds of stuff that add a few horsepower here and there.
Well, I mean, for the value, I would say it's hard to find something like an S3 like this. All the performance that you get for how much you would actually have to pay for something like this. I think it's a really great car for the value. So that's the S3. Now we can move on to the Challenger and talk about the mods. So if you guys are new to the channel, then this is a 2016 Dodge Challenger ScatPack shaker. I got it completely stock, and as you can see, the shaker is right there on the front. So the main modifications on this car are long tube headers, catalyst mid pipes, mid muffler delete, and a custom dyno tune, all installed and tuned by OST Dyno near Pittsburgh. Stock, these things come with 485 horsepower to the crank, which this one actually dynoed 422 on a Mustang dyno. Right now it's making 470 to the wheels with those modifications and the tune. And like I said, this thing does weigh 4,200 pounds, which is 800 pounds heavier than this thing. So I think that's my main disadvantage. But I do also have, what, about 70 more horsepower. I'm not just trying to make excuses on this car, but I'm still on the stock tires that this car came with. They are 245, just like summer tires, I think. Tread isn't too bad, but I could definitely use new tires. I would like to get probably 305s maybe. I think that would look a lot better on this car, and also obviously perform a lot better too. Other than the headers and all the exhaust modifications, I do have a few cosmetic mods on this car as well. So as you see, I have this diffuser right here. This is from ZL1 add-ons. I also have the rock guards on the rear and the front, as well as the side skirts right here. And all of these cosmetic modifications are from ZL1 add-ons. I have install videos on all these things if you guys want to check those out. So the first time that we actually raced, like I said, it was a really close race, but that was back when it was a lot colder than it is today. What is it today, like 60?
Yeah,
something like
60
that?
something today. I think it was like 40 degrees out the last time we raced. So.
Here's how the first race went. That was actually like the complete opposite like outcome of what we were expecting, because I was expecting Robert to kind of jump out first and like take the lead just because of the weight advantage. Yeah. And then I thought I was going to slowly start to catch up maybe in the higher speeds, but it was completely opposite. We're basically dead even, but you know, Robert said that his car doesn't do as good in the heat, so today is a little bit warmer like you said.
Definitely have a disadvantage there with the higher heat on the stock intercooler.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. expecting the heat to affect the outcome of the race that much. As you guys saw from those videos, I think I was pulling on Robert a little bit more than the previous video, the first time when it was actually cold. Because as you guys saw in the first video, when it was like a little bit colder weather, we were basically dead even until we hit a little bit of a higher speed, and that's when Robert barely started pulling away. In the races that we did today, you guys saw I was starting to pull on Roberts. Like I said, I really didn't think that the heat would affect it that much, but I guess it did. Overall, I still think the S3 is a really good performance car, especially for the money. You can really get a whole lot of value out of that thing with literally just a tuned callus downpipe. He's making like 400 to the wheels, and it weighs 3,400 pounds. So I think it's definitely a good value car for the performance that you get. I might be doing like a POV driving review of Robert's S3, so definitely subscribe so you don't miss that. Also subscribe if you guys want to see more Jeep and Challenger videos, because I'm going to be putting a lot of those out here in the next few months. If you guys have any questions or video suggestions for videos you'd like to see in the future, make sure to drop those down in the comments as well. And if you guys liked this video or found it entertaining, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.